There we go. Sorry about that. Um, so the thing has grown based on a very, very low enrollment fee. It has grown based upon a very low monthly fee. It has grown based upon a simple discount package on a bunch of consumer goods that people use every day. And it has grown based upon a 2 by 16 forced matrix. The vast majority of you would have no idea what that even means. But let me simply describe this fact to you. So, Rich, in this particular building mechanism, I will have two legs, just two. It's not a binary because we get paid on both of those two legs. So we all get paid on two legs. Okay? I'm leaving on Wednesday, and on Wednesday, I'm going to Europe. And I will go to Lisbon, and I'll go to Prague, and I'll go to Warsaw. Nick, if you want to see me, I'll come and see you wherever you are. And I'm going to Tel Aviv, and I'm going to Dubai. And when I go there, I'm going to be enrolling people. I'm going to be enrolling people that I've known for years. I'm going to be enrolling some of the best and the brightest and the strongest people that exist in the network marketing industry in Europe. And you know what? There are only going to be two people on my front line. That means the second one is going to be on somebody else's front line. They're going to be placed in my group. The third one is going to be on somebody else's front line. They're going to be placed in my group. In a forced matrix, Rich, the way that it works is every person that is enrolled is automatically placed. It is automatically placed. You don't determine where they're placed, and it just builds it out. First person you enroll goes on your left side, second one goes on your right side, the third one, the computer is going to put it on your left, and then it is going to default to wherever it needs to go thereafter, and it's just gradually going to fill in the bottom line all the way across. And so the real key is this, folks. In a couple of weeks, in a very short period of time, the system is going to turn on. Before the system turns on, we will have carefully selected the first handful of people who will occupy the first handful of spots. Why? Because there must be aggressive enrolling. It does not do you any good to be in a forced matrix if there's not a lot of enrolling going on. There's not a single business building mechanism in the direct selling industry that provokes a more rapid flow of new member applications than does this mechanism. And I can tell you, we'll find out. Write it down, mark down the date of this, March 15th at 6:26. Randy Schrader said on this Zoom that he believed the company would do 10,000 enrollments the first day. I do. I believe the company will have more than 50,000 participants in the company at the end of the first month. And because of the way that the system is structured, those people who get involved earlier get the benefit of those who get involved not quite as early. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not illegal. It's a completely legitimate way of building a business. But Nick, what it does is it has a turbocharged mechanism to create a rapid flow of new member applications that doesn't have all the faults and flaws that a binary has, for example. And so it's a way to create income quickly. A fully built out matrix, and I don't have a whiteboard here right now, but a fully built out matrix has 131,000 people in it. Rich, if you have 131,000 people in your matrix, you're going to get paid $131,000 a month. It can't be less than that. There's also a matching bonus. I've said as much as I need to say right now. I asked Nick to be here with me. And by the way, so you guys know, up until now, I have had this conversation individually. This is the first group conversation that I've had. I've had this conversation only individually, and I think I've had the conversation only with 7 couples. This decision, my decision to do what I'm doing was made only a couple of days ago. This is not a decision made a long time ago. This is a decision made a couple of days ago when it became evident to me that the company was not going to have, that Finmore was not going to have debit cards in people's hands soon enough for me to accurately predict that people would be able to receive meaningful incomes sooner than fall. And I've just got too many people who don't have the staying power. They can't make it till fall. And so I want you all to know this is not an indictment upon, this is not a negative comment upon anything that any other company is. This is an acknowledgement of the fact that I believed that when I told people just like you, Rich, back in June and July and August, that you could be making money by the first of the year, I believed that was true. That's wound up not being true. My role as a leader is to create the income possibility for people who need it. And so that's what I'm doing. Is this one should not take any judgment whatsoever about Finmore, good, bad, or indifferent. You've all had your own experience. You make your judgment based upon your own experience. What I want is a mechanism where people can begin to make money quickly. You just heard me say what I believe. I believe that if we don't have 10,000 enrollments the first day, I'll be shocked. If we don't have 50,000 people in the company at the end of the first month, we will by the end of the second month. That means that I believe people are going to be making $80,000 a month. There'll be some people make $80,000 per month in this thing by the time we get to June. That is going to happen. This will probably be the fastest start of anything you've ever seen, probably a faster start than what happened with Transact Card. If Transact Card had not stubbed its toe in so many ways, I think there might be 500,000 participants by now. I believe that in the first year, there'd be more than 1 million participants in this company. All of that being said, Nick Sorensen, you are here with me. If you would please raise your hand so I can find you, then that would be great. And I'm going to turn this over to Nick and have Nick comment however he chooses. Whereabouts are you, Nick? There we go. So everybody, let me just say, I met Nick many, many years ago. The first experience that I had with Nick, and you'll probably, I know you'll remember this, Nick, but Nick came to see me as I described, and we went snowmobiling. And some of you know me. When things don't go the way that I want them to go, I would like to tell you that I'm patient. I'm not. I would like to tell you that I'm kind. I'm not always. I want to be. But we went snowmobiling, and we came back, and driving. Some of you have been to my home in Utah, and kind of a long winding drive back to my place. And it was a day of heavy snow, and it's an uphill trek. And so I'm pulling a snowmobile trailer on these slick, icy roads. And we get up and at the very spot where I would need to crest a hill to make a left turn into the next private lane into my driveway, there's a guy up there plowing the road, and he's plowing the road dead in the middle of the road. And I couldn't keep going. I had to stop. And when I stopped, now suddenly I'm sitting there on ice, and it's a fairly steep hill. And so the truck starts sliding backwards, and it slid backwards 75 yards or 100 yards, and the trailer slides off into the snow. And so I got out and I started expressing my opinion to the guy driving the snowplow, and it wasn't producing a positive result. and so the first interaction that I had with Nick, besides the business, is Nick came up and he diffused that situation. That's what happened. He came up and he diffused the situation. And the fact is that guy wasn't going to help me get the trailer out. He wasn't. He and I were going to yell at each other for a little while, and then I was going to call AAA. That's what was going to happen. But instead, Nick went and he diffused the situation, and he made a negative situation a positive situation. And I don't know, Nick, if you realized when I was watching that I thought, you know what, this is a guy that I would like to be in business with, because it is not unusual for one to need to diffuse a situation that I have caused, because I move pretty fast and sometimes I'm misunderstood. At any rate, folks, I want you to know that I trust and respect, and I really have come to admire Nick. This is a good guy. Nick, as you know, I've had individual conversations with a handful of people. Here we have 100 folks. This is my first foray outside of that first group, and I'm just going to turn it over to you to say what you think needs to be said.
Awesome. I'm incredibly excited and honored to be on here. The first time I met Randy was, 22 years ago. I was at a business opportunity meeting, and my uncle invited me. Uncle was one of his leaders in another company. And I was in college, actually, so it was probably 25 years ago. Coming out of college was not the right time, but was definitely very impressed by everything Randy delivered. And so it's funny when we walked into the meeting for VP and above, months and months ago, and saw Randy there, and I'm like, wow, wait a second, like I may be in the right room because that guy's in the right room. So definitely very honored to be on here, the Zoom, and share with you guys today. We are really excited about what we have moving forward. It doesn't mean that we're not excited about what we came from. It doesn't mean that we wish any ill will on them at all whatsoever. We hope that they're able to get everything done and get everything there and contributed. But we also, just like what Randy said, we have got to take a step, and we've got to move forward. And we are excited about the path that we are moving forward. I know Randy talked about a lot of the products there. I don't need to hit on them a ton. The travel piece right there, I've never done it before in this industry, but when I looked at some of the pricing, I got very excited about it. We have net pricing, some of the best that we've seen. Our partners that we have been in this space for decades because of that and their strategic relationships. We're able to deliver a top-notch product at a substantially lower price and more value than even products sell there out there in the market for hire. And I think you're going to see that is our goal here, is to deliver value at lower prices. Every single thing that our goal is here to deliver, not only when we launch, but months and months down the road, is the top-notch product at a substantially lower value. So when consumers come here, whether they're customers, whether the distributors, are going to look and say, hey, wait a second, these guys are doing everything they can in their power to give us value, but also give us opportunity to go earn an income. So that travel piece, I was on real quickly, as you guys can imagine. We literally said, go last Friday night. I talked to Randy, and we have put the pedal down to get everything done. And I think you guys will be very impressed in the timing in which we move. We have a very, very aggressive and phenomenal tech partner that will be delivering a lot of areas. But this is not something that, hey, we've been putting together for months. If we did, we would have a very professional, amazing PowerPoint right now. But I also think it's important for you guys to hear Randy's heart, hear my heart, and hear the vision and what we're wanting to build. But on that travel piece, I was on for just a few minutes. I said, hey, I'm going to Austin in a few weeks. My daughter has a cheer competition. They pulled it up. It was a Spring Hill Marriott's compared to Expedia. And Expedia, to me, always has really great prices. In a 3-night stay, it saved over $350. I'm like, okay, maybe there's not a lot of demand, so maybe that hotel had a low rate. Maybe that's why it was so less. I'm like, let's go to somewhere where there's high demand. We went and looked at New York City on New Year's Eve, which that is obviously, they usually try to get a premium. It was another Marriott property. It was in the high 4,000s for the days that we put in there. I looked on Expedia, it was low 4,000s. And then I'm like, okay, let me look for some business codes. Found some business codes. In fact, we found the Marriott business codes, and it was actually pretty similar to Expedia. We know there's not always crazy margins with hotels. We checked it here. It was just $2,500 and change, so under $2,600. So we're excited about the pricing to deliver people value to where when you look at our membership club and our club price, like, hey, it's worth it, just that piece alone. The trading piece, Randy touched on a little bit. I love this space. I mean, literally, it's a space where you can, create, whether it's retirement income, side income, right? Now, it's hard, like Randy said. It is one of those things that, the 3% of the people that are out there trading win. But there's also very intelligent, trading algorithms. There's very intelligent traders. And so what we've been able to do is access some very, very successful funds that have been put together that have a combination of teams that use algorithms, that use software, but also use the human element. And I think that one of the biggest things they do is they run things very conservative, and then they diversify different things across a different platform, meaning that there's only ever one specific strategy that has a certain part of the portfolio. Now, that will not be going and participating in the United States because we want to be as clean as we possibly can be by the book. Every intention to follow every law around the countries, and we know that there are very tight laws here in the United States. So it's going to be an international piece. And I've had a couple people say, man, I wish we could participate. I wish you do too. But I also know that we are going to do everything we can to operate by the book. But you can participate. When you share this with people around the globe, they can participate. You can earn income, right, off them on their subscription price, just not on that specific product. So we're excited about that. Just to show you the value of that, I've been paying personally different subscriptions on me running individual bots that, $100 a month, $200 a month, another one's $170 a month. I've purchased my own licenses to software and algorithms that were in the thousands of dollars. Same thing, travel, and that for that low price of $55, that is the goal, and that's always going to be the goal. Here in the United States, we're going to have that travel piece, same travel, but also group travel, right? Literally being able to put incentive trips, right, into our product to where we can go earn income because of those incentive trips. Some of the most fun I've ever had in this industry, some of the greatest relationships I've ever met and built have been in those experiences. Same thing like, Randy was telling the story of, right? I was able to pay him back a little bit for him digging me out from getting stuck in the snow numerous times when he took me snowmobiling. So just was able to pay back a little bit by helping us get something out of that. And that's how a lot of times you connect and grow in this industry and connect those relationships. So that piece alone. And then like you hit on the store, our goal is 100% to just deliver value, right? We know products out there on the market, whether they're retail, whether they're in this industry, to typically have a 7 to 10x markup. Even products you buy off the shelf many times or products you buy online. Here our goal is to deliver them at substantially lower prices than that. So when you look and say this club, say, hey, I can't not afford to be in that club from there. And those are things that we're looking to launch with. From there moving forward, we're looking to bolt on more and more pieces and more value adds. We already have teams working on other segments that our goal is down the road. We are not going to future you. I'm not going to overpromise. That's not what we're here for. Even when Randy calls me, wears me out, say, when's the date? When is this? When is this? When is this? I do not want to future people or overpromise people. We just want to deliver something that's really great that we can deliver to people right now, be able to go have an opportunity to go have an income. And I'm going to share my heart with you real quick. My first company that I was in, my wife and I resigned from that, and my wife decided to go another direction. We built that company together. In fact, it was more of Shui built it. My wife is incredibly dynamic, one of the best speakers I've ever seen. She is amazing. She's a better recruiter than I am. She does things so much more better than I do. But she wanted to go a different direction than stay in this industry. And she's like, I don't care what you do. I just want you to promise me to never chase money. I've never had the goal to own a company. In fact, Randy and I talked about it there on the mountain when we were snowmobiling. Neither one of us was, a goal or intention was to go own. But in the end, I have a lot of obligations to a lot of people that we did lead here. And this was an opportunity to keep that group together, but also deliver something that, I had obligations on. And so our goal here with me and my partners is to, we're from the field, deliver a product and an offering and a compensation plan that is for the field and for the field first. And we'll do everything in our power to deliver that as much as we possibly can. I know it's not possible to make everyone happy, but us coming from the field and us being field people, but also business people, that is 100% our intention to seek out and go create an incredible brand with this company, have a lot of fun with people, go help a lot of people, travel together, create some more memories and some more adventures, and most importantly, give people opportunity to go earn some money and around the globe too. And that's why that low price is there, because it is a price point that people can reach, not only in this country, but countries around the globe. So we are definitely excited. Randy, is there anything else that I missed out on you want me to share? Any questions you had that you want me to hit on? You're muted.
Just quickly describe the dynamics of a forced matrix.
Yeah, so the dynamics are pretty powerful. Like he said, they're typically the fastest growing compensation plans in the space. Like a binary, it goes straight down one leg. With a force matrix, it just fills up level by level by level by level, right? And so although they can be the fastest growing compensation plans, they also can be a crutch if people come in there with the social welfare mentality. I think that's what can get that comp plan in potentially issues. And so you won't hear us say, hey, get in, fear of loss, just take a spot at all whatsoever. We'd rather have those people become customers here. We love customers, right? If you want to come in and share and build the community together, we'd love for you to build the community together. And so, although typically in this space, it's called that force matrix, we're going to call this our unified plan, meaning the more we work together as a group and a community, the more unified we will be, the more successful we will have, right? And so with that 2x16 level, we also have a fast start that is you get two, and you go sponsor one person. Okay, when you sponsor one person for $75, they're $55 monthly plus a $20 enrollment. When you sponsor for $75, you're going to get $25 enrollment bonus. Okay, when you help that person go get two people who then get two, so fill up their 2-4 in their unified plan. If they do that in 30 days, you're going to get $75. So for every $75 enrollment, it's not about just enrolling, it's about helping people win. It's going about unifying the plan. Every $75 enrollment, you can get paid $100 in every single one of those. Okay. And so our goal is to help everyone get unified. If you do that in 30 days, there's a lot more potential of income to earn to go fast. And there's a lot more potential for your 2x16 levels to fill up substantially faster. Regardless of how fast anyone goes, when someone commits and they want to come in and do this with you, I would just say, hey, you just got to commit to get unified, because if everyone is contributing in this plan, the thing goes incredibly fast, right? And so we're going to say, hey, this is a unified plan. And when someone says, hey, what does this look like? You're going to share this opportunity to say, I want you to just commit. At the very least, you'll get unified, because if everyone commits to that, we will have a very, very fast build. You'll be very, very happy about it. On top of that, not only just go and get one or getting two that come in, there's a very, very aggressive check match, okay? Because the people that do sponsor the most, and I didn't say recruit, I meant sponsor, because it's not just about signing people up, it's about helping them come in and win, get their 2-4. The people that do sponsor the most, there's going to be a very aggressive check match, okay? So when you sponsor someone, whatever they earn off of the unified bonus, the matrix piece, you're going to earn 20% off your personals. And then four levels of 10%, okay? So let's just say that you are a good recruiter, you bring in 30 people, right? Those 30 people all bring in on average of 5, you get 150 on your second level. As that compounds and grows and expands, imagine how many people can be on your 5th level. Every time they earn a matrix commission, you'll get 10% of it, okay? And so there's some power in that, and the comp plan is there to drive the behaviors of, hey, let's go help, right? Let's go help our community. the harder Randy works for you all. Okay, you guys got to realize this. The power it is in joining someone, a powerhouse like Randy, and so many of these amazing leaders on here, like Jim. I've met a handful of you guys over the last little while. Like the Morales, that when you get in part of their community, the harder they work, the more that it actually can bless your whole organization. And so you build this as a community unified together, and you get rewarded the more you actually put into it.
Okay, Nick, I'm going to ask you to just stand by. Okay, just hang out here with us for a minute. And would you do me a huge favor, Jim Moyles? Would you just hold up your hand so I can see him? I've got Jim and Dorta Moyles are dear friends of mine. Jim has been the master distributor of a group of companies and is one of the most steadily, consistently successful people in the industry of network marketing. And I asked Jim, by the way, Jim and Dorta are both, not just one account, but they are both accounts, vice president, now executive. Jim was well on his way, very close to senior vice president when we didn't get the debit cards in November and things kind of stopped for a wait and watch. So Jim, just comment whatever it is that you think needs to be said at this moment in time, what your thoughts and your views are, you and or Dorta, just go ahead.
Well, I believe what I've heard from you and is that we have the opportunity here to underpromise and overdeliver, and that's been lacking. And what I have found through the years is that if we put together do this with the right people, we have the right product, we do it at the right time, and we've got so much inherent momentum in this venture that this is a unique opportunity. And I believe there's going to be some other very major bells and whistles that are going to be introduced to all of you, but we want to make sure that we underpromise right now, and so we can overdeliver and make this a refreshing experience. So, Randy, I really appreciate you, Nick, taking Dorta and I into your confidence, and we're looking forward to doing this in a big way. We're very excited about this.
Awesome. Dorta, do you want to say anything to add to that?
I just agree with Jim. Thanks a lot. We appreciate all your hard work. This is going to be exciting.
Thank you. It is going to be exciting. Thank you very much. Jaime and Cynthia Morales, if you guys would raise your hand. Jaime and Cynthia are also, both of them, vice presidents or executives.
Hang on, babe. Hey, Dorta, I love you.
Hello, where are they? Where are Jaime
Um,
and Cynthia? Jaime and Cynthia, can you raise your hand? Are you guys by or no?
Yep, we're here. Can you hear me?
There we are. Perfect. Okay. Jaime specifically, among all the people in my world, I have this vision. We all want to think that we make a difference of some kind, right? That what we do matters. And if tomorrow I was taken from this planet, if there is a guy who would continue my message as I deliver it, it's Jaime. I mean, in the sum totality of it, in the leadership boot camps and leadership training, I mean, if there is a guy that espouses my message, it's Jaime. And Jaime and Cynthia, both accounts, vice president again or executive. And Jaime was the master distributor at another company when I told him about Transact Card. Once again, Jaime and Cynthia, whatever it is that you'd like to say, please do.
Absolutely. And thank you so much, Randy, for almost 20 years of mentorship. The reason why I follow so closely is because you literally, not only did you change my life, but my entire family, all 6 of my kids live a better life because I met you. And I'm excited for what's coming. You know, for me, I learned a long time ago from you, Randy, that the best defense is a fast offense. And when you sit around, the longer you sit around and you're inactive, you get paralysis by analysis, and then you end up losing out even more. So for myself, I'm just ready for the link so that I can start doing what we do and building the Spanish community in a huge way here all over Latin America.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Who's there beside you?
What's that?
oh, it's me.
Who is there beside you?
This is Cynthia, but she's sitting on I don't know why she's way over here.
I know it is, but Cynthia, tell us what do people need to hear from you? Of course.
I agree with Jaime. I'm truly excited. Randy, more than anything, I think it's your leadership and how you teach. And then we can, start, that's the foundation. And I think, I believe in your system. I believe in systems that they do work. And leadership, more than anything, follow the system, get plugged in, memorize it as much as you can, repeat it as much as you can, fall in love with it. But like Jaime says, we are ready to go. So let's go, Randy.
Fabulous. Thank you. Ramel and Lucille, if you're here, would you please just click on it? Ramel and Lucille are another couple where both of them are vice presidents or executive. They are another example of $1 million annual earners, another example of people who have poured their hearts and souls into a project that has not yet fulfilled the promise. Are you here, Ramel and Lucille? I saw you earlier. Are you still on here? Did I lose you somewhere?
Yes, yes, Randy, we're here, and I'm driving. Sorry, but I'm just
Ramel!
excited. All I can say is, hey, we're just gonna make it work.
Okay.
And the most important thing is the leadership. So we have assembled, I think, a good leadership. So we're happy. We're good.
Okay, very good. Renee Hall. Renee, are you by here? If you're by here, Renee, just pop on for a second.
Hey, Randy.
Hey,
Renee?
and
Oh,
Dave
Hey,
is back there.
Samantha.
Hey,
Okay.
Mama.
Go
I
on.
love you.
Once again, Renee or David, Renee and David, just another executive couple. Just tell me whatever's on your thoughts. What would you like people to know?
Well, like I was saying earlier, on the way home today, I told David, I said, I am so bored. I need to be talking to people about a new enterprise, something that's going on. And I said, I'm cleaning out closets. I'm doing all this stuff. And I mean, it's good stuff, but it's not what my purpose. It's not what God created me for. He created me to help people. And so after you explained this today, I'm like, oh, this is exciting. I love to travel. Just tell me where we're going and my bag's packed. So super excited. And David is also. We're so
Love
we're
you,
just
David.
we're
Thank
just
you.
so grateful that this has come about, and we're here 100% behind you and ready to roll. Let's rock and roll. Let's get this done.
Awesome, and thank you. I'm just going to ask two more people to comment quickly. Greg Hayden. Greg has likewise been around the industry for a long time. Greg is a person who, I mean, we've all had moments of consternation over the course of the last several months. I'll tell you what, if you want to talk to a person who has got a smile on his face and a song in his heart, almost irrespective of what the obstacles are, it is Greg Hayden. And I appreciate him for it so much. But Greg, tell people where's your head right now?
Wow. Thank you, Randy, for having me here. Good to see everybody, all the familiar faces. Miss Renee, I see all the people I hadn't seen in a while.
Hang
Miss
on, Greg.
Robin,
I
see
love you.
Samantha. Hey, I love all you guys. Wish I can
Hey,
give you all
Greg,
guys
so
a
good
hug.
to see you. I love
But
you.
listen, don't make me take up all the time. Let me get this out. Listen, I'll say this, guys. I've been in the industry for a lot of years, guys, and I've had some success to a point where I've never hit the plateaus I've always wanted to hit. But God somehow puts you in positions and places where you meet the right people. And it's not to look at what's not happening. It's always look at where we're going and what the focus is. And from the time I met Mr. Randy, I've been following Randy for many years. He was brought to my attention in this past adventure that we all been a part of through another big, great leader. But I thank that other great leader for bringing me to Randy, because I've always wanted to work side by side with him, not because of what he's accomplished. I tell him it's not about what he's accomplished. It's about his heart. His heart is at the end of the day, he speak to me. He told me, I can't sleep. I'm restless because I promise to help people win. I'm a nurturer. That's just my spirit. I'm a nurturer. It's not about what I can do for myself. I feel that God will plant me in a sea of abundance, and some will leave left on me. But I want to bless others and watch their smile. So thank you. My head space is, Randy, I'm all in. Whatever we need to do, let's get it done. I got your back.
You're the best, Greg. Thank you. And the last guy I'm gonna call upon. If there's anybody who should know network marketing, it's Rick Walsh, because I believe he was doing it about the same time the Earth's crust cooled. honestly, I've been doing this for 35 years, and Rick was already an old hand at it by the time I got there. Rick has been around the block and knows what there is to know. So Rick, just tell people quickly what you see and where your head is right now. Oops, you muted Rick. Oops, muted Rick, muted.
Okay, there.
Rick?
You know, you
Oh,
can't
there you are.
you can't
Monopoly
teach an old
man.
dog new tricks. Am I coming through now?
Yep, we got you.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
it's great to be part of this. After 44 years in the industry, I have seen a whole lot, and what I see being put together here, I'm really impressed with. I like the way the compensation plan is structured, especially when we have a lot of people who are looking to move rather rapidly in the new venture. I think this compensation structure is going to be absolutely perfect for that. I think the relationships that have been grown throughout your organization, Randy, and also with Nick and Eric and Larry and all like that. Been a very cohesive group over the past year. I got in August of last year. And so I'm really looking forward to making the acquaintances with everybody and especially doing some travel. I've traveled the world over, but never with a group that, you could be working with and traveling together and seeing old friends like Jim Moyles there. How you doing, Jim? And so I'm just looking forward to a really great time, both in the fun of building the business, the profitability, and I'm probably going to be the best customer.
Awesome. Thank you, Rick. And I won't ask you to talk, but I see my friend Anat Aloni that I have not seen personally for many years. Anat, I'm so happy to see your face here. And I hope this project floats your boat. Whether or not it does, I'm really happy to see it. Very cool. Nick, I'm going to turn it back over to you to just ask whatever the thoughts you might have at this moment in time. And then I've got a couple of concluding comments and we'll wrap this baby up.
No, I love the comments, love the positivity. We're literally coming from a place of abundance, nothing to take away from anything else or cause or inflict pain on anything else. It's 100% say, hey, we have people and they don't want to wait. They want to move. They want to go bring value. They want to travel. They want to earn income. They want to, bless other people's lives. And so 100% that's what this has come from to put this together. We have the most amazing group of leaders. I'm seeing dozens and dozens of them on the Zoom here right now. When I say we, like just this community that we built, and there is strength in this community. And that was one of the main things of saying, hey, we need to move forward because this community deserves it. They need it. Everyone came together because they wanted to bring more value to people. They wanted to, help people get more value from their dollar. And I think we can do that with this platform here. And I'm excited to work with you guys. Travel the world with you, have a lot of fun. You will see, I don't speak quite as fast as Randy. Okay. I'm not traveling as much as I have with all my 3 young daughters, but I do work incredibly hard and I'm a yes man. So when it comes to saying, hey, what can we do to help? There are things that I can't even come close to when it comes to Randy. But I love to work, love to be with the field, and we will go have a lot of fun together and cannot wait to see you guys at the top.
Awesome. Thank you. There's one more guy that I wanted to introduce you to here, and I'm just paging through and it looks like maybe he's gone. Some of you have attended my various boot camps or you've heard me teach what is the greatest precursor to or the thing that makes success most obvious. And it's the degree of commitment. I mean, that's what it is. It's just the degree of commitment. And there's one person that I see that he is still here, and I'll let him say hi if he wants to. He may not want to. But there's one guy that a number of years ago, I was speaking at a network marketing convention. That network marketing convention was being held in Salt Lake City, Utah. And as you guys know, if you go to a hotel in America and you ask somebody, where is so-and-so guest staying? They don't tell you. Well, that's not open information. And so suddenly somebody's knocking at my door and I was a little bit confused by it, not especially happy about it. And I went and I looked out through the peephole and there was a guy standing out there I didn't know. His name was Piotr Mosho. And Piotr Mosho had come to the United States to learn how to do network marketing. And he was outside my door knocking on it, asking if I would help him. And of course, when I learned that he had traveled from Poland and that his primary initiative was to meet someone who would help him in network marketing and that he had then selected me as that person, then of course, 100% chance I was going to help him. So many of you folks have heard me talk about Piotr. Any of you who have listened to me long enough have heard me talk about Piotr. Piotr's a dear friend. I'm actually speaking as his guest at a generic network marketing training in Poland in a couple of days. And Piotr, you're not a part of our business. I know that, but you're probably all these guys have heard of. If you are able, just turn on your mic and just tell people hello and tell them whatever you think they need to know. Not about this, about network marketing. Piotr Mosho. Piotr, are you there? I need to ask you to unmute. Looks like maybe I've lost Piotr. He's not there. Okay. One of the things that's the most beautiful thing about this business is the quality of relationships that are created. And I can hardly tell you how excited I am to be back in Poland in a couple of days and reconnect with now a man, not so much a young man as he was when I first met him, but I've watched Piotr Mosho go from a guy who was willing to enter the United States without a proper visa and work slinging mud as a hod carrier, and then go back to Poland, leaving his wife here cleaning homes, knowing that she couldn't come and see him for a year, but knowing that that was their sacrifice required, her here cleaning homes and making money so that he could be back in Poland laying the groundwork for the opening of the business. And about a year later, I went to Poland and we together launched a business, and not too long was making more than $1 million a year. And today is revered throughout Europe as one of the network marketing thought leaders. And it is a great joy to me to have been even the tiniest part of that. So for all of you, whoever you are and whatever your experiences in life and in business are, please know this: my sum total objective is to help you. I want to dial it back all the way to the very beginning. If your objective is if you don't need to make money now, then I want you to know that my current belief is that if you stay the course, the debit cards will come out and you are going to be okay in Transact Card / Finmore. Do I believe that Transact Card / Finmore, even if they delivered the cards tomorrow and the e-commerce site, could it possibly move at the pace this will? No. Just imagine for a moment that you're a little boy or a little girl and you're out flying a kite. If the kite's way up in the air, 1,000 feet, then the kite falls down on the ground. You can't just start running again, can you? And have the kite take flight. The kite will get stuck in the bushes and the sagebrush. Right now, the Finmore kite is on the ground. There's at least 1,000 yards of string out there, and there's a whole bunch of brambles and bushes. It will get back up into the air. That is my belief. It's not going to happen soon. It's not going to be dramatic. It's not going to be fast. If you need to make money now, I don't have a single way to tell you how to do it there. Other than that, I have no strong opinions. And so with that being said, I want you all to know that my objective now is a change objective from 10 months ago, 8 months ago, whatever it was. I joined a company with the objective of that being the very last thing I ever did in business in my life. Notwithstanding my best efforts and the best efforts of many, that thought has now been changed. Now, instead of starting 9 months ago for the biggest success of my life, it started about 45 minutes ago. And the way that we'll make that the biggest success of our lives is to do that which creates success. I welcome everybody, whoever they are, to all of the trainings that we do. Of course, my primary interest is in our group, and my goal and objective is for this company to become a beacon of hope and a standard of excellence. And my objective is that our organization within the company be a beacon of hope and a standard of excellence that is so attractive that no one can find fault with a single thing. So that being said, I thank you all so very much for being here. I consider this future to be very, very bright. Any of you who need my personal interaction know that I'm available. I leave town on Wednesday to go to Europe, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to sponsor people. They might as well be in your group. Yes.
I've got a quick question, if you don't mind.
Fire away, Rich.
So who owns the company, and when is the time frame to start launching, signing people up, all the stuff? What's the project between now and when can I start making money?
Company is owned by Nick, Eric, and Larry. They didn't ask me to participate in that ownership group. If they had, it would have been owned by Nick, Eric, Larry, and Randy. But it's okay. All right with that. I didn't want to own a company in the first place. So the owners are Nick, Larry, and Eric. And now I will say what I'm going to say, and if Nick wants to come in and clean it up, he can. I believe that we will have enrollment links out to the first couple of hundred people to establish. And by the way, it has to happen. You have to have a little bit of care in putting at the top of the structure people who are going to create a rapid flow of new member applications. If you have too many people at the top of the structure who are just, oh, well, I'm going to get a spot and see what happens, then the action doesn't happen. That creates the fear of loss. People behave differently as a result of fear of loss than they do as a result of anticipation of gain. And so we'll manage a little bit what the top 100 or 200 accounts look like, and then we'll open the enrollment links. So I believe that the assembly of that tree will, the assembly of that first handful that is required to give it the right kind of a boost, I think that will happen along about the first of this coming month. And I'm hoping that we have regular registration links out in the 10 days or 2 weeks after that. And I believe that you'll start earning commissions in the second or third week of April, and that you'll see the first monthly commission on the first week of May. Now, I just said all of that. I don't own the company. I don't write the checks. I don't know all those things. I just said the things that maybe are what I'm hoping. But anyway, Nick, I'll turn that over to you to clean up whatever I just said.
Yeah, I mean, those are phenomenal targets. Luckily, we like you said, we're working with a top-notch tech team. I believe that they're the best in the business, and they're throwing everything at it they possibly can to speed everything up. We won't launch if it's not ready. Okay, 100%. But we are on the fast track to get everything delivered. So I think you will definitely see this next week. We'll start, giving some of the marketing material from PowerPoints. Then we'll start working on other materials, not only in English, but also in other languages. We'll follow after that. And those are exactly in line with our targets that we're shooting for. And you'll see on just a pre-launch site that it will say, hey, the end of next month, but we are definitely on full speed ahead, minimal sleep to get everything done substantially faster than that for sure.
Okay,
And the
last-
name?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, it is NELO Life, NELOLIFE.com.
NELOLife.com. Last thing I
You'll,
want to
you'll see a date on there that is a date, right? And that is a date that we are 1,000% sure that we can hit on.
Okay.
But that is a date that we will do everything in our power to deliver quicker than that.
last thing I want to say here, well, maybe it's not the last, but is please know that our candidate list does not include Finmore members who are not in your group. That's not our candidate list. Our candidate list is the people who are in your group. If you choose to introduce them to this, and it is people who are not in Finmore at all. Our candidate list is not people who are in Finmore in another organization. And Paula asked, what is the enrollment cost? At $75. The $75 initial enrollment cost, $55 per month maintenance. Okay, I've kept you guys on here for an hour. That probably covers most of the ground that I hope to cover tonight. Nick, I thank you very much. All of you, please know this. My sum total objective is to make this a win. I want you to know that it is not okay with me that some of you have spent money, you didn't get the card, you didn't get the money back. That's not okay with me. It's not okay with me that you trusted me and that you're right now in a mechanism that does not let you make money. I will work like no one you've ever seen, met, or perhaps even heard of to make sure that you all feel good about the way this looks 90 days from now. I can't work harder than I have the last 90 days, but I can work at a project that has some meat on the bones instead of a project where I'm getting roadblocks in front of me every step of the way. That being said, folks, the future is bright. For those
Good night, everyone. Thanks for being part of this. We appreciate all of you.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you,
Bye,
guys.
everybody.
See you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Randy. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.